My boyfriend is working at this bank. He's making $75,000 a year.
Sarah, my ex-fiancée who dumped me 2 years ago, said that with her nose twitching in her pride.
His salary is 5 times yours. 5 times.
She emphasized her point by spreading her hands and showing 5 fingers. Hearing her words, I finally understood the doubt I had 2 years ago. Wait, did you think I was making $15,000 a year?
Huh, isn't that right?
I couldn't help but laugh out loud when she seriously asked me back. The $15,000 was. Seeing the shocked expression on Sarah's face after my explanation, I couldn't help but feel a bit of satisfaction. I'm Tom Smith. I'm 27 years old and working in sales for a major game company. I lost my mom to illness when I was 8 and have lived with my father since then. Living with my father and I as 2 men has been inconvenient in many ways. However, I had naturally been good with my hands, and I was able to do all the housework by the time I was 10 years old. So I did not feel so miserable. But I always missed not having my mom. I devoted myself to building miniature houses to fill my loneliness. My mom originally liked to make them, and I helped her since I was little. They were tiny little kitchen utensils and furniture that looked just like the real thing. She made even smaller vegetables and fruits than them, and the miniature houses had so much attention to detail. As a kid, I watched them with fascination. I genuinely believed she was a magician. After my mom was hospitalized, I started making these houses on my own to take to her. They were quite simple compared to the houses my mom made, but she was so pleased and displayed them in her hospital room and looked at them. Wanting to see her happy, I dove into making miniature houses. One day, I went to visit my mom as usual and was told that she was undergoing an examination. So I went to the hospital library in the pediatric ward to continue building the miniature houses I had brought with me.
That's amazing. It looks just like the real thing.
It was a little girl who was hospitalized in the pediatric ward. She had her long hair in braids and was wearing a fluffy cardigan. The girl was strikingly beautiful, with fair skin and brown eyes.
Did you make this all by yourself?
Yeah, I did.
I answered awkwardly for some reason, and the girl smiled, saying awesome and amazing. I thought to myself, she is a pretty girl, like an angel.
I'm Emily Johnson, 9 years old. And you?
I'm Tom Smith, 8 years old.
You're a year younger, huh? Tom, why are you at this hospital? Are you sick?
No, I am here for my mom. She is in the hospital and I came to visit her, and my mom is undergoing tests, so I was here making the rest of the house.
Is this for your mom?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I was so happy she said it was so wonderful, and I asked her, "Are you watching me make it?" Emily nodded happily. This was the beginning of our friendship. From then on, I would always visit Emily after seeing my mom. I brought various tools so Emily could join in. She had a heart condition since she was born and could not have an operation in the US. Her grandfather, the owner of a large toy company, was planning to send her overseas for expensive medical treatment. We bonded over building miniature houses, and she shared her story with me.
So, are you going overseas for your surgery?
Yeah, so I only have 1 more month here.
I see.
I wish to be able to make one by myself before that.
I recalled thinking while watching Emily diligently making a watermelon, feeling sad about the thought of not being able to see her soon. Looking back, I realize now that it was my first love. After that, Emily was transferred to a hospital abroad. On my last visit to her, I gave her a Christmas house that I had made for her.
Wow, can I really have this?
Of course, it's yours. Tomorrow's Christmas, you know.
Thank you. It's the best present ever.
I swore I would never forget her smile with a twinkle in her eye. Let's see again someday. We promised when Emily left, but we never see each other again after that. 19 years have passed since then. As I grew older, I found out that my mom had cancer, which had spread to many parts of her body and was in a very difficult condition. Even so, she did her best to endure the treatment and spent the 2 years with us. She passed away in her sleep, and my miniature houses were lined up by her bedside. After graduating from college, I started working for a game company, but I still continue to make miniature houses. I had no hobbies, but making miniature houses gave me purpose in life. However, my girlfriend Sarah didn't like it. She nagged me, saying if I had time for such things, I should focus more on my career. I met Sarah 3 years ago at my client's company. She was a receptionist at the company and looked a little like Emily with her long hair, fair skin, and brown eyes. I asked her out after a few visits. Once I started dating her, I found that her personality was harsh and selfish, not at all like Emily's. But she was cheerful and bright. I also liked her clear-cut, black and white personality. This year, 3 years into our relationship, we finally got engaged. But since then, Sarah's attitude has changed little by little. She constantly talked about career and money. When she came to my parents' house for the first time and I showed her my room filled with miniature houses, she made a blatantly unpleasant face.
What are these? Did you make all of these?
She looked at the houses lined up on the wall and said in disgust, "Yay, they're cute, right?"
Cute? Are you kidding me?
What?
An adult man shouldn't waste his precious time on toys like these.
Really?
Tom, you do realize we're getting married, right?
Of course, I know.
Then work harder and earn more. You are working at a major company, so you have plenty of opportunities, right?
Well, maybe.
Not maybe. You should at least become a manager by the time you're 30.
I was for the first time ever anxious about our marriage when she said that to me, as if she was trying to bite me. Then one day, some unbelievable big news came my way. It was so unexpected and dreamlike that I was stunned for a while. I couldn't wait to tell Sarah and arrange to see her after work. At the cafe, she was waiting for me with a bored look on her face. Imagining her surprise and excitement, I felt thrilled.
What's the news?
It's some big news. You'll be amazed.
What? Did you get promoted to department head or something?
No, nothing like that.
Then what's it about?
It's about the miniature houses I made.
What more toy talk? Give it a rest.
No, listen, this is different.
You called me out when I'm tired from work and it's just to talk about toys. Are you kidding me?
No, listen to me. It's about... At that moment, the phone in my pocket rang. I looked at the screen, panicked, and quickly pressed the call button. "Good evening, President." Sarah frowned when she heard the word president. She seemed to wonder why the president would be calling an ordinary employee like me. On the other end of the line, I could hear the president chuckling, "Please, no need for such formalities." I replied, but still, and waited for what he had to say next. Then the president suggested something unbelievable, and I blurted out in panic, That's impossible. But surely $15,000 is not possible, right? I pleaded desperately, but the president wasn't listening. Please get together and talk about it, he insisted, setting a time and place. Yes, I understand. I will be there, but please reconsider the $15,000 matter, I emphasized before ending the call. When I looked up, Sarah was staring at me with disdain. Sorry, to continue what I was saying.
I don't want to hear it.
She said dismissively and stood up. What's going on? What happened?
That call just now, it was from the president, right?
Yeah, but…
Talking about $15,000, that's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
You think you can live off that salary? No way.
I totally confused as to what she was talking about. She looked at me blankly and said goodbye. Don't contact me anymore, and turned her back on me. Wait, are you misunderstanding something?
I'm just fed up. I thought you would be perfect for me because you are working for a major company, but I realized that a game company is not good enough. Someone with a higher status would be a better match for me.
I grabbed her shoulder to stop her from walking away, and she shook my hand off like it was trash.
No marriage. Don't ever show your face to me again. Go back to your beloved toy making. Goodbye.
She pronounced each word of goodbye distinctly and walked away. After that, she blocked my calls, messages, and all social media contacts. That's how my 3-year relationship with Sarah ended. 2 years passed, and I turned 29. I haven't seen Sarah since then. I had a really hard time at first because I didn't understand what was going on, but a new job and a miraculous reunion gave me hope for life. Today, I'm waiting in front of a major bank for an important appointment. As I checked my watch, I heard a voice, "Tom, is that you?" I looked up, and Sarah was standing there.
What are you doing here?
She asked in her usual haughty manner. I thought to myself, I loved this person at one point in my life. Just waiting for someone. What about you, Williams? I deliberately called her Williams, though she had referred to me by my first name.
I'm waiting for my boyfriend. He's a banker at this bank.
She told me proudly, and I nodded. A megabank banker. Definitely high status.
He makes $75,000 a year.
She said proudly, and she boasted with a sniff.
His salary is 5 times yours. 5 times.
She added, spreading her hands and showing 5 fingers. Hearing her words, I finally understood a misunderstanding from 2 years ago. Wait, did you think I was making $15,000 a year?
Huh, isn't that right?
She asked me seriously, and I couldn't help but laugh out loud. No way. Even part-time working students earn more than that these days. I couldn't stop laughing at the absurdity of it all. This woman was really foolish.
What's so funny? You were on the phone with the president, desperately saying no to $15,000. I thought you were talking about an annual salary of $15,000 and dumped you for that joke of a salary.
That was about rent. I managed to say, finally controlling my laughter. Sarah's eyes widened in shock. That's the monthly rent for the place I'm living in now, which also serves as my workshop. It's $15,000 a month.
What do you mean?
The president offered to take care of it. I was saying it's troublesome to accept such a high amount of rent.
The president?
Remember, I said I had big news that day. It was about a new job offer. And by president, I meant the current president, not the game company one.
I don't get it. Explain it to me properly.
Back then, I was posting videos on YouTube of me making miniature houses. They didn't get a lot of views, but the response from kids made me happy, so I continued it. Of course, I didn't tell Sarah, because I don't know how mad she would be if she knew that I had started YouTube after she had told me to stop making toys. Then the president of a toy company who saw my videos contacted me. You know Johnson's Toy, right?
Of course, it's a world-famous major company.
They reached out to me. The president of the company, who is a granddaughter of the chairman of the board of directors, invited me to be in charge of the new division that would specialize in miniature houses.
What?
Sorry to say, but my salary now exceeds $400,000. At that moment, Sarah's face twisted in an ugly way. She had a look of deep regret on her face, as if she wanted to stir her insides. It was rude of her, but I thought to myself, served her right. But it was Sarah. She instantly pulled herself together and gave me that superlative smile she used to give me in the early days of our relationship.
I'd love to hear more about it. How about we meet somewhere after work?
Didn't you come to meet your boyfriend?
What? Oh, he's just someone I met at a bar.
How quickly she changed. She would surely continue to live shrewdly.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
I heard a voice and turned around to see Emily, now 30, running towards me. Yes, the president of the toy company, Johnson, was Emily from back then. She had seen my YouTube videos by chance and thought it might be me, so she messaged me. The message I received was attached with a picture of the Christmas house I had given her that day.
Who is this woman?
Emily looked in surprise at Sarah, who stared at Emily with tight eyes. She's President Johnson. We came here together for a loan meeting with the bank. After explaining to Sarah, I gently put my hand on Emily's back and walked away.
Wait, Tom, we're engaged, right?
Sarah's audacity was almost impressive. I chuckled as Emily looked at her quizzically and politely asked, "And who might you be?"
Who am I? You're the one you should stay away from, Tom.
You?
Emily sharply rebuked her, and Sarah finally fell silent. Just then, the banker I had an appointment with today showed up.
Welcome, President Johnson and Smith. We have been waiting for you.
As he greeted us, he looked at Sarah with a bit of surprise.
Sarah, what are you doing here?
Is this lady someone you know?
The banker replied, "Yes, she's the woman I'm seeing."
Quite a rude person, isn't she?
Emily commented dismissively and began walking away, with the banker hurrying after her. Upsetting Emily, the bank's most important client, could cost him dearly. As we entered the bank, ignoring Sarah's shouts behind us, I will never see her again. After that, Sarah kept calling and telling me I want to start over, and that was a lie. Of course, I firmly refused her, but she has that personality. She wouldn't listen no matter how many times it was said. So, I made it clear, I'm in love with someone else. She must have realized who it is. After that, there was no more contact from her. The banker told me he broke up with Sarah too. I get fed up with her talking about money as soon as we started dating. I sympathized with him inwardly. When Emily messaged me, I might have ignored it if it hadn't included a photo of that Christmas house. I was so grateful to Emily for cherishing it all this time. Now, the house is displayed on the desk in the president's office, with Emily's everlasting thoughts and wishes. Come to think of it, it was on Christmas night that Emily contacted me. As I remembered our miraculous reunion, I felt grateful over and over again.